doctor's appointment, and I guess it's the appointment where I'm gonna have to do the glucose test. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. That is a lot of sugar. Kind of tasty.
Berdella?
There's so much sugar, it kind of burns your throat. Ooh. That's a lot of sugar. Like I'm gonna pass out or something. It was not that bad. Okay guys, so now I am officially back at home from the doctor. Let me tell you, I'm gonna show y'all when I get in the house, but they shot me up. I got my blood drawn, I got a tetanus shot. This arm finna be, my right arm finna be hurting, boo boo. But yes, so I'm done at the doctor's, finna head in, and I'm thinking I'm gonna give y'all a little story time today on how I found out I got pregnant, because why not? I'm gonna do it while I eat my sandwich though, so I'll see y'all in the next clip. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another freaking YouTube video. Okay, so today, first of all, today is the 13th of January of 2021, which means I have not seen y'all since last year. So how's everybody doing? Period. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all New Year. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. And, you know, I hope you enjoy just the wonderful year that we have to come. I've already spoken into existence that this is going to be a great year. So it will be a great year. Okay. So, today's video, I'm going to just go ahead and, oh, y'all see my arm? Yeah. I did the glucose test today. and they shot me up. Gave me a shot, a tetanus shot, Tdap, and they drew my blood after drinking that glucose drink. So, you know, they was sticking me up today. Sticking swords and stuff all in me. I hate needles, so I hate days like this where I gotta get a whole bunch of shots. But anywho, yeah. So today I'm like, why not, you know, do a little video, a little story time on how I found out that I was pregnant. So today I'm just be doing a little story time with y'all while eating my little breakfast sandwiches that I've already taken a bite of. I got me some cheesy hash browns. I may have to warm this up again because it took me a minute to set up this camera and stuff. And I think my food cold. Yeah, I'm gonna be back. I'm about to go warm this up. Okay, I'm back. So, how I found out I was pregnant. Let me tell y'all. Before this pregnancy test, all pregnancy tests that I ever took in life were all negative. So this is my very first pregnancy. And I really want to stop. I just walked in. Okay, so my boyfriend walked in and then made me go put on a shirt. Anywho, so basically, you know, I had came back from, Huh? Are you talking to me? What did you say? Why are you saying never mind? Okay. So, basically me and him. Ooh. Okay, so basically me and him we was not really together. We was like on and off. But this is somebody that I've been with since high school. But the relationship been on and off since 2016. So anyway, I moved back from Tennessee. And me and him started talking again. Whoop-de-whoop. Ended up finding out we was low-key wanting a baby. Low-key tried to start planning for one in June. And then we was like, nah, never mind. Then by like July, middle of July, we stopped talking to each other. We was just like, it's not healthy for us to be together because it was too on and off. And then there was this one day where I ate a deviled egg and I threw up. And I was like, dang, that was weird. Like, I usually eat deviled eggs and don't have a problem. So I thought something was wrong with the egg. Like, I thought they was just bad eggs. So, no, I didn't think nothing of it. A couple weeks later, I ended up, you know, he was doing his thing. I was doing my thing or whatever. I guess you could say talking to other people, whatever. But, like, not messing around with other people. Well, I wasn't messing around with other people. I don't know what he was doing, but just, like, texting. And I ended up going to Detroit with my mom and her friend. And while I was there, like, when we would get ready to eat, like, I would eat and then I would feel super nauseous. And, like, it got to the point where I don't even drink pop. Like, I didn't grow up drinking pop. We grew up in my house, it was not allowed because it mess up your teeth. So I don't drink pop, but every time I ate, I had to give me some Coke or Pepsi because my food wouldn't stay down. Like, well, I would just get really nauseous afterward. I just felt like I needed like something like a Verner's or something after I would eat. So we stay in Detroit, you know, for a few days and just visiting and stuff. And, you know, I go live on Facebook like, no kids, living life, no kids, you know, this is what you could do. Like, I'm on the boat and everything, like, you know, just all happy and whatnot. And, I don't know, I was just kind of feeling oozy. So I ended up, our last day there, my mom was going to Benihana's. She asked me if I wanted to go. I said no. I didn't really have a taste for Benihana. Now, mind you, I'd never been to Benihana, so I have always wanted to taste it. So the fact that I didn't want to go that day, I just knew I felt off. Like with me I kept having to eat with and drink pop when I ate. So I just knew I felt off. So talking about drinking making me thirsty. But yeah, so I ended up going to my mom. I mean, not going to my mom. I'm going back to Lansing, back home. Excuse me. And you know, that night I was just like, I just ended up, I went and I bought some pregnancy tests. I think I actually had some leftover pregnancy tests from a different time that I bought them, and I just never used them. So I went in my little drawer at home and I pulled out a pregnancy test, and I was like, I'm gonna set this on the toilet in the bathroom so that way when I could use my first morning's pee, because that's what Google said. It's the best pee to use when you're trying to take a pregnancy test to find out most accurate pee to use when you wake up in the morning. And so I set that there that night when I went to sleep. I set it there. I woke up and went to the bathroom like I usually do, same schedule. And I was really just wanting to take this pregnancy test just to tell myself that I wasn't, because mind you, like I said, all pregnancy tests I've taken before, they were all negative. So I just knew that this one was going to be negative too, but I needed that peace of mind, because I'm like, there's no reason, sorry, I need to shave my armpits, but I'm like, there's no reason why I should be feeling this nauseous. And because I wasn't throwing up, like I had only threw up the one time with the egg, but after that I was just like nauseous, like, oh, my stomach, like, no, I don't want to eat that, I don't want to, this stink, this smell nasty. So I was like, okay. Anyway, get up to take the pregnancy test. I go to the bathroom per usual and see the pregnancy test on the toilet. So I'm half asleep. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then I was like, oh, okay, I remembered that I had put it there the night before to take it. So I'm like, okay, boom. So I take this stick. You know, usually I pee in a cup, then I dip it in there. This time I just peed on the stick because I'm like, ain't nobody finna do all that. I had enough pee inside of me to pee on the stick for about 5 seconds. So I peed on the stick and then I closed it and I just sat on the counter and I'm wiping and I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. I get on my phone and I was doing something on my phone. I remember setting the pregnancy test down after I put the top on it. And I grabbed my phone. And it was like, as soon as I set the pregnancy test down, I glanced at it. Then I looked again, and I was like, oh my God. And I just remember going, oh my God. Because I had seen, I had the pregnancy test where it was like a line and then a plus. And I seen the plus. So I was like, that's a plus. That plus means positive. That plus means that pregnancy test is positive, which means that I'm pregnant. So I was sitting there like, oh my God. I was like, no. And I just kept saying, no, 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 no. And I'm sitting there on the toilet like, no, 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 no. And I'm looking at it like, oh my God. So I immediately looked in the mirror and I started crying. And I just kept saying, oh, my mama gonna kill me. Like, I haven't been in my mom's house. I haven't lived with my mom since I was 18. I'm 20 now. But just, that feeling like your parents gonna get on you, they're still your parents. So they like, you on your own, but that was still stupid type stuff. So I was like, I already know what's coming. I'm like, my mom gonna kill me. I was just crying in the mirror, trying to silent cry so my roommates didn't hear me or whatever. And then, and that was when I was living with, roommates at the time. Now I live with my boyfriend. So, anyways, I'm crying. And then I just remember, like, crying in the mirror, and then I started laughing. And, like, when I tell you I was freaking dead. Like, I started cracking up at myself. So it was like, I'm crazy. Like, I'm weird. So when I cried in the mirror, it was like I was looking at myself crying. And I started laughing at myself. It was like I stepped outside of my body, like, you the dummy. And I just started laughing. Like, dang, this really me. Like, this really my pregnancy test. And I just started cracking up laughing. So then, crying and laughing or whatever, I ended up I text one of my old friends that I was, sent her a picture of it. She like, oh my God, is this real? I'm like, yeah. So then I ended up calling Wyan, and I told him, I tried to call him, he didn't answer. Now, we hadn't even talked in like a week and a half, so I was like, oh my God, he not trying to talk to me, whatever. He need to pick up the phone. So I text him, and I'm like, it's an emergency. Text me back. Oh my effing gosh. And so then I ended up trying to call again, and he picked up. I waited for that text and everything to go through. I waited a few seconds. I had to get myself together. I'm like, Samila, breathe, calm down. You don't want to be all distraught when you're talking to him. So I called him again. He answered the phone. I'm like, Wanye, I'm crying. As soon as I said his name, I started crying. And he was like, what's wrong? He had just woke up. So he like, what's wrong? You all right? What's going on? Why are you crying? No, that's what he said. He was like, why are you crying? And I was like, because I don't want to say it. And then I was like, he was like, just say it or something like that. And I was like, well, I'm pregnant. And he was like, I just heard him breathe. I was like, hello? He was like, yeah, I heard you. I was like, I'm pregnant. You believe me? You want to see it? He said, no, I believe you. I believe you. He was like, dang, wow. He was like, and I could tell it was just settling in, like she pregnant. And then he's just like, so would you just take a test? And I was like, yeah, I just took a test, and it says positive. It says that I'm pregnant. Now, I'm not saying it like this. I'm on the phone like, yes, I just took a test and it say positive. Like, you want me to FaceTime you and show you? So then he was like, no, you don't have to. I believe you. But, I ended up FaceTiming him anyway because I was like, I want to show you the test. So I showed him the test. And I just remember him, like, looking in the screen and then, like, dropping the phone. And then, like, standing up. And he was just, like, he was in the screen, like, low-key, like, smiling. So I was like, but he was in the camera, like, low-key smiling and stuff, like, smirking. And then, like, dropped the phone, like, oh my God. He kept saying, oh my God, like, so this mean I'm gonna be a dad, like, he was all excited. So I'm like, oh, well, he excited, I'm excited too, because I was crying, like, oh my God, this is crazy. I didn't know what to think. I was excited, but I was like, nah. Like, we both knew also, because we had talks about this plenty of times. We both knew that we were gonna keep the baby because neither one of us saw ourselves ever doing abortions. We're not against them or nothing. I just personally, with my body, don't do the A word, the abortions. But I am pro-choice. Other people who feel like they have to do that or situations are different, I completely understand. Me, myself, I feel like I know what I'm doing when I'm doing it. So, and yeah, so I was like, well, he's like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, well, you know what I want to do. I don't, what I don't want to do. I don't want to have no abortion, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I don't either. I'm just, whatever you want to do with your body, da, da, da. So I'm like, okay, that's nice. Well, I'll do one. Sorry, my phone died. So I'm like, well, I do want to keep the baby. So then we kind of both got this like burst of like, oh my God, we're gonna be parents. Like, very exciting. It went from sad to very excited very fast. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to the doctor's today just to make sure that I'm pregnant, and if I can't get an ultrasound, get one. So I ended up not going to the doctor's because my doctor's office, they had me set out an appointment for like a couple weeks after that. So what I ended up doing was going to a place called Shared Pregnancy. if you're pregnant for the first time and you don't know what you're doing and you ain't told nobody yet, go to Shared Pregnancy. They'll give you a free ultrasound. They also give out free baby stuff. Anybody in need, Shared Pregnancy in Lansing, Michigan. Anyways, so I went to Shared Pregnancy. It's almost like going to what's that one place? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. The one pregnancy facility. I don't remember what it's called. But I'm finna look it up though, because now I need to know though. Planned Parenthood, that's what it's called. Planned Parenthood. It's almost like going to Planned Parenthood. But I went to a Shared Pregnancy and I ended up basically, you know, getting an ultrasound. They asked me a few questions, you know, if I plan on keeping it, blah blah blah. I told them yes, da da da, my first baby, whoop de whoop. And I was from my last period, I was told that I would only be about 4 weeks. And I was told that from the doctor's office that I had called previously. So I ended up telling them that at Shared Pregnancy, like on my last period, based off my last period, I'd only be about 4 weeks right now. And they're like, okay, well, you might not be able to see baby, you know, on the ultrasound, but we can try. So of course, had the ultrasound done. They weren't able to see the baby. It was way too early. Oh, funny thing too. My period was supposed to start 4 days after I took this pregnancy test. So it wasn't like I missed a period. I didn't miss a period or anything. Like I said, I was feeling kind of sick and stuff. So I actually had took it 4 days before my pregnancy, and I took a first response pregnancy test. And so when they say up to 5 to 6 days sooner, they ain't lying. Sooner than before the missed period, they not lying, because I took mine 4 days before my period was supposed to start. Of course, my period didn't come, but that would have been the period that told me that I was pregnant, because I wouldn't have had it. But yeah, so pretty much, yeah. I am, needless to say, 7 months pregnant now, and obviously kept the baby. This is what my belly looks like. I did tell my mom the next day, and like, oh, that was heated. She was not a happy camper. This is my belly now. Got my little pregnancy belly ring in. If you have not checked out the last video, go ahead and check that out. Pregnancy must-haves. So yeah. That's me at 28 weeks. But yeah, so go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment what you think below. I know this was like not a super duper long story time, but it wasn't super like short either. But if you enjoyed it, let me know. And yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. It wasn't really nothing bad. It was and I know I probably sound like I'm whispering because it's like really quiet in here. I'm not sure if my boyfriend is asleep or not, because he just got home from work. But yeah, it was nice. Me and him went to Shared Pregnancy together. I actually, that day after I called him and stuff, I put on my clothes and I went to his house, and I had another pregnancy test with me, and he was like, I want to see you take a test. Take the test here. Take a test here. So he lucky I had to pee anyway. But I took another test while I was here at his place, and it was positive, and this line was even darker. And turned almost even faster. I mean, these pregnancy tests, they were turning quick, like quick. So yeah, and this one was like, pregnant, girl. Yeah, pregnant. Do I still have those pregnancy tests? But anyways, yep, so that's all, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what other videos y'all want to see, as I always say. All right, well, have a good 2021. I will see y'all in the next video.